Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing good. So in this video, let us continue with bitwise operators and bit manipulation. Let us finish this bit manipulation topic in the next video. So only 10 problems are there in this DSA sheet. But let me tell you one thing, that bit manipulation is actually a very difficult concept. There are very interesting problems which are combined with dynamic programming, and bit masks with DP is actually a very tough topic, and there are many interesting problems available on code forces. The level is around 1600, 700, like that. So please solve those problems if you really want to challenge yourselves. So before beginning today's video, I would like to tell about this wonderful ebook. This ebook is on data structures and algorithms. It has 90 plus DS algo chapters and also 15 plus HR questions. Now, I'll just show you some parts of the ebook. You can see how well it is documented, how neatly it is organized, and you don't have to go anywhere else. You can find all the topics here in one place. So a lot of your time and effort is saved. So as you can see, sorting is there, searching is there, basic data structures like linked list, double linked list, circular linked list, stacks, queues, graph, tree, and it's an ebook. So you can click on any link or a topic, this thing heading, and you can end up directly on that page, and you can see how well it is written, and it is very easy to understand. This book is available for a very affordable price. Please do check. The link is in the description of this video. So let us start, excuse me, today's problem. So today's problem is, first problem, calculate square of a number without using multiplication, division, power operator, function, power function. So square of a number without using all these three. Now, I mean, it sounds very bizarre, like how to even approach the problem. Like it's a very easy thing, right? Square of a number, n. So if you want to find out n square, it is equal to n into n. So you cannot use this operator. You can't use division also, and you cannot do power function n comma 2. You can't do this. So how to approach this problem? What should be the thought process? If you are asked in the interview, how are you supposed to first of all approach this problem? There are actually multiple methods. Okay, it's basically involving maths. And whenever maths is there, there will be at least two methods. Either two very different methods, or one method and the other method is derived out of that only. So in this case also there are many methods. Let me share two methods with you. Okay, so let us see the first method. It requires some maths understanding. It's not hard. Let us see. See, we are given an integer n, okay? Now this n can either be odd or it can be even. So this much is understandable. There are only two types of integers, odd and even, right? Now let us take first case. So let us take first case. First case, n is odd. So if n is odd, n can be written as 2 into some number x plus 1. So for example, let us take the number 3. Now 3 can be written as 2 into 1 plus 1. So 2 plus 1. So basically, if a number is odd, it can be written as 2x plus 1. This is understandable if you have done your 9th or 10th standard maths correctly. I mean, even 6th or 8th standard maths. What about if n is even? If n is even, it can be written as 2x. For example, if n is equal to 4, then it can be written as 2 into 2. So we have to start expressing the number in different ways. So what are we understanding over here? Instead of expressing n as n only, let us start expressing n in different ways. Actually, this problem can be solved in log n time by using bitwise operator. Actually, the problem over here is we cannot use division. We can't use the division operator. So, but how to still achieve log n base 2 complexity? How do we achieve? Just remember one thing, instead of using division, you can use bitwise operator. If you do bitwise left shift, it is multiplying by uh, power of 2. If you do bitwise right shift, it is dividing by power of 2. So if you want to divide a number by 2, just do right shift 1. So how to approach the problem now? See, if n is odd, it can be written as 2x plus 1. If n is even, it can be written as 2x. Okay, if n is odd, it can be written as 2x plus 1. If n is even, it can be written as 2x. Now let us recursively solve. How to recursively solve now? First of all, we have to get what is n square. We have to get what? We have to get what is n square in terms of x. So let us again take two cases. So we have got the first case as n is equal to 2x plus 1 as n is odd. So what is n square from this equation? From this equation, it is going to be 4x square plus 2x plus 1, correct? N is equal to 2x plus 1. So n square is 2x plus 1 whole square, 4x square plus 2x plus 1. How to express these things? How to see? You cannot multiply 4. You cannot multiply 2. You cannot use multiply operator. How to multiply a number with 2 without using multiplication operator? Left shift it by 1. How to multiply a number by 4 without using multiplication operator? Left shift it by 2. So I hope these things are understandable. Over here, first of all, what is x? Over here, how do we find out x? Basically, x is nothing but n right shift 1. So like this, if we form a recursive function, and in the recursive call, we always call like this. Instead of n, we form this equation and call this equation. Then we can get the answer in log n base 2 time. And if n is even, then n square will be just 4x square. So only two conditions are there. If n is even, n is odd. And one more condition is if n is negative. If n is negative, make it positive. So this GFG code over here, it is very much understandable. You can read the code and understand. See, if n is equal to 0, base case return 0. That is the base case. Okay. If n is negative, make it positive. Make n equal to minus n. Fine. Now they're saying find x. See, over here I told now you have to find out x. So basically x is nothing but floor value of n by 2, floor value of n by 2. That means if n is 5, x is equal to 2. So find out that x and then recursively call the function. And what is this left shift 2? Left shift 2 means multiplying by 4. This, whatever this expression is written, this expression whatever is written, this, just see this carefully, this is same as this expression. This expression is same as this expression. Similarly, this expression is same as 4x square. So important thing over here is, if you cannot use multiplication operator, you can always use bitwise operator. How to multiply number by 4? Left shift it by 2. How to multiply number by 8? Left shift it by 3. Left shift means multiplying the number to power some number x. Right shift means dividing by 2 power some number x, like that. So left shift, right shift, you have to know these basics. So this is one method actually. This code they've given over here is very nice. This is one method, this is also mathematically only, and this is nice. It's a different approach. Let us talk about one more approach now. Okay, the first approach I think you would have understood. See, if you want to understand recursion problems, best way is to take an example and do the entire recursion process. Do the function call for each and every process. So I will take some number and give you as maybe an assignment. Okay. So let us take n is equal to, you want to find out the square of 8. You want to find out 8 square. Do the function calling and all that, the dry run of the code with n equal to 8. Do it with two kinds of examples, 2-3 kinds, then you will understand how this is working. So now let us go to the next approach. This next approach is also very nice. What does the next approach say? You have to find out basically n square, which is equal to n into n. Now this n into this n can be written in a different way. Each and every number can be expressed as sum of numbers which are powers of 2. I'll repeat that. Each and every number can be expressed as sums of powers of 2. For example, if you want to express 10 only with powers of 2, how will you do it? 2 plus 8. One example, 2 plus 8. If you want to express 9 as a power of sum of powers of 2, 1 plus 8. What about 15? 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. So each and every number can be expressed as sums of powers of 2. So that is the motive behind using bitwise operator. Whenever there is something related to powers of 2, power, multiplication, you can also use bitwise. You can also use bitwise operator. So now the goal is, for example, let us take example and understand what the goal is. See, if for example n is equal to 15, you want to find out 15 into 15 without using multiplication operator. We can write 15 as 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1, and we can also write it like this: 15 into 8 plus 15 into 4 plus 15 into 2 plus 1. So problem now boils down to how to find these numbers. How to find these numbers. So what the one of the approaches that is given over here only is this. Like I would first of all ask you to read this. Actually, what I'll do is you read this first. If you don't understand, I will write the code, and in the next video, as we have 2 more problems left, in the next video, I will give the code analysis. So one of the hints that I've given you in this problem is each and every number can be expressed as sums of powers of 2. The only problem is now how to find out which numbers are they. So take it as an assignment and try to do it. This is second method. Interviewer can be happy that you know 2 methods. So first method I told you, and I think you can code it by yourself. Second method, it might be difficult. Either you can take help of this code, but you might not understand it in the first go. You can try to understand. It is little tough sometimes, but yeah, you can see if it works, fine. Otherwise, you can tell me in the comments. I will make a code analysis for this, how to code it. Okay, let us see another problem now. Divide two integers without using multiplication, division and mod operator. How to divide two integers without using multiplication, division and mod operator. Okay, so if we have to divide 40 by 8, we all know that the answer is 5. But how to do it without using this? I cannot use division operator. So basically, one of the methods is I will keep subtracting 8 from 40 until the value reaches to 0 or greater than or equal to 0, and I cannot subtract 8 from it further. That means suppose the number was 43, then I subtract 8 from 43 5 times, remainder is 3. I cannot subtract again 8 from 43 because 3 is, the remainder is 3 and I cannot subtract 8. So then I stop. So another name of division itself is repeated subtraction. So either we can use repeated subtraction method, that is continuously keep dividing, or there are better methods. Why are better method? Because this repeated subtraction method, this basic brute force method, it is log n, not log n, it is O of n time. It is going to take O of n time. Okay. And if the O of divisor time, actually that is much better, O of divisor, dividend divisor. Dividend in this case is 40, divisor is 8. So O of divisor time it will take. How to bring it to log of divisor time? How to bring it to log n base 2 time? How to bring it logarithmic time complexity? So to bring it to logarithmic time complexity, we should make some observation. What observation we should do? This 40, I can write it as 8 minus 2 power some x, such that this value is greater than or equal to I can write 40 as 8 into 2 power some number x, such that 40 minus that this number here, it is greater than or equal to 0. I cannot write 40, but I can express this equation like this. After I do that, I can subtract this 8 into 2 power x from 40, and whatever is remaining, I can apply the same method with that number. For example, here, if I take x is equal to 2, okay, now 2 power 2 is 4, 8 into 4 is 32, 40 minus 32 is 8. 40 minus 32 is 8. Okay. What if I take, instead of x equal to 2, x equal to 3, 2 power 3 is 8. 8 into 8 is 64. 40 minus 64 is minus 24, which is less than 0. So I cannot take 3. Let me take 2. Okay. If I take 2, then 40 minus 8 into 4, it will be 8. But what should I add to my quotient? How to get quotient here? See, A by B, ultimately we need to get quotient, right? So quotient is addition of these numbers. Quotient is the addition of these 2 power x numbers. X will be different for different cases. See, now first time we got x as 2. So quotient will be equal to 4. But the remaining is 8. 8 is remaining. And if we apply the same method, instead of 40, we bring 8 here, then this x will become what? X will become 0. 8 minus 8 is greater than or equal to 0. So 2 power 0 is 1. So quotient plus 1. So quotient plus 1, which is equal to 4 plus 1, 5. So 8 by 5, 8 by 40, 40 by 8, 5. So what did we understand here? If we try to get the highest power of 2, such that divisor into highest power of 2 subtracted from the number is greater than or equal to 0, then we can cumulatively add this 2 power x for the quotient, and ultimately when we cannot do any further addition, if we can't continue the loop, we will break out and print that quotient. So I've written a small code over here. I've taken two integers a and b, and I have written the same thing. Basically over here I am finding out which power of 2 when multiplied by b is greater than a. Then I will take the one which has the lesser value. So I don't think you understood what I told now. Basically what I will do is, how to explain it to you. See, this number 2 power x, how to get this number 2 power x? To get this number 2 power x, I am doing this. Every time I am getting that 2 power x number and adding it to the quotient. See, I have added it to the quotient here. 2 power x I have added to quotient. And I have subtracted from a. What have I subtracted from a? b into 2 power x. What is 2 power x in bitwise operator? How to write 2 power x? 1 left shift x. Over here x is equal to I minus 1. I want you to find out why is it I minus 1. You can easily figure out if you understand what is happening in this for loop. In this for loop, whatever is happening, you can easily identify what I'm trying to do. So 1 left shift I minus 1 is nothing but 2 power I minus 1 or 2 power x. 2 power anything. 2 power anything is 1 right left shift that anything. So like this I can, but over here I am using multiplication, this thing, symbol. How to not use this multiplication symbol? I have still used a multiplication symbol over here. How to not use this symbol? Can you correct this code? Can you correct this code for me? Actually, over here I have used multiplication symbol. I have deliberately made a mistake in this. Like, it's not a mistake, but yes, how to correct this? I've still used one multiplication symbol. I've used multiplication symbol here also. So this will be your homework. I will continue in the next video. This video was more like you trying to solve it. In the next video, I will give you the solutions. So try it completely, okay? So that's all for this video. If you really liked it, please try the problem, share it with your friends. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, keep learning, keep growing. Bye.